Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai is in the news again. Remember, he recently said there are elements in Aso Rock Villa that want the ruling party, the APC, to lose the elections.
I believe that there are elements in the villa that want us to lose the elections.
A few days after he made that statement, President Buhari, who had made very few appearances on the campaign trail, at that point joined the party's presidential candidate and other party faithful in Nasarawa and Katsina. Now, El-Rufai at a recent event explained that regarding the current Naira crisis, all the 36 state governors have agreed that the old Naira notes should be spent alongside the new Naira notes till the old notes are systematically drawn out of circulation. Here's what he said.
The 36 state governors are supposed to meet with the president to discuss this. And our request is simple, and we are unanimous. All the 36 governors agree to this. That like every country in the world that has changed currency, let the old notes and the new notes be used side by side until such a time when all the old notes have been systematically drawn out of circulation.
To the President, the Central Bank of Nigeria constantly alluded to the fact that the policy also targets politicians who have accumulated a huge war chest for vote buying during the forthcoming elections. It is now clear that the President has been deceived by the Central Bank of Nigeria and some elements in his government into buying into this overarching narrative in the name of ensuring free and fair elections in 2023. It is important for the people of Kaduna State and indeed Nigeria to know that contrary to the public announcements and apparent good intentions, this policy was conceived and sold to the President by officials who completely lost out in the gubernatorial and presidential primaries of the APC in June 2022. Once Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerged as the candidate in June 2022 and subsequently did not pick one of them as his running mate, this currency redesign policy was conceived to ensure that the APC presidential candidate is deprived of what they alleged is a humongous war chest. They also sought to achieve any one or more of the following objectives. Number one, to create a nationwide shortage of cash so that citizens are incited to vote against APC candidates across the board, resulting in massive losses for the party in all the elections. Number two, ensure that the cash crunch is so serious, along with the contrived and enduring fuel shortage existing since September 2022, that the 2023 elections do not hold at all, leading to an interim national government to be led by a retired army general. And number three, sustain the climate of shortage of fuel, food and other necessities leading to mass protests, violence and breakdown of law and order that will provide a fertile foundation for a military takeover. In the pursuit of these objectives, the Central Bank of Nigeria and this other...
I'm Kabiru Ibrahim. No, I can't speak Hausa.
Okay. What would you describe the Nigerian and 2023 elections like? The one that was conducted yesterday, even though there are indications that there are other polling units that people would cast their votes due to delay in the election materials arriving.
Anyway, it's the normal thing in Nigeria. We always have some places that will be pressed down, you know, to submerge, to make up to some figures for some other parties. You know, things work like that. Election is like that all over the world. But I know the best will surely come, and I'm very sure the election has been peaceful so far. There was no troubles here and there. In the north, most especially, it's been peaceful.
Okay, so what's the expectation around the person that becomes Nigeria's next president?
Well, as for me, with or without election, I don't think it stops me from being what I want to be as a Nigerian. And I want other people as well to look the other way around. Just hustle well and be hardworking. Stop looking at the government and try make something for yourself.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We pray for the best for Nigeria. Thank you.
Watching in TVC News on the hour, we begin at the presidential villa, where President Bola Tinubu is meeting with former Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, and former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. Reports say the former governors arrived at the villa about 2 hours ago. Both former governors are on President Tinubu's ministerial list. The purpose of their meeting is not known, and the president says yet to comment on the matter. Nasir El-Rufai was screened by the Senate for confirmation as a minister, but his confirmation was suspended because of some petitions against him that has delayed his clearance by security agencies. But his Rivers State counterpart, Nyesom Wike, was confirmed and is awaiting the inauguration of the Federal Executive Council by President Bola Tinubu.
The Arawa Youth Consultative Forum is asking security agencies to immediately clear a ministerial nominee and former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai. The youth say refusal to confirm the nomination of El-Rufai for appointment as Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not a welcome development. A statement by the forum's president, Yerima Shatima, stated that the youth and indeed northern Nigeria feel humiliated by the news that out of the 48 names submitted to the Senate by President Bola Tinubu, Mr. El-Rufai is among the only 3 whose confirmation were deferred.
This is somebody who believes that the court is at his behest, but not against him.
Not against him.
It is there for him to use against his perceived enemies, but they don't have a corresponding right to use the court against him. That is his belief. So now everybody is mockingly commenting that is it not the same person who treated the court and the judicial process with utmost levity? Why is he now running to it? But I can answer your question and say the judiciary is not configured in a way that they will collectively come and say, oh, we are going to deal with this man because of the disrespect he has shown in the past. No, the judiciary does not operate in that way. His case will be considered just like any other case on the facts and the law presented before the court.
This is why I said Peter Obi has to be very, very careful. Even if there will be a coalition, he should be careful with El-Rufai. Now, someone dropped on the comment section and said that no, that Peter Obi should not be careful with El-Rufai. Let Peter Obi work with El-Rufai. El-Rufai is a mobilizer that when he gets into power, he can now keep El-Rufai aside. Let me tell you something. If people continue doing this to El-Rufai, he would have learnt his lesson that you are only using him. But in the case, you saw the way I allowed all the videos to play. It was so that you will see the role El-Rufai played in the last presidential election in 2023. El-Rufai was on the media talking. In fact, to the point that he had to accuse Buhari of not being in terms with Tinubu and not wanting Tinubu's election to hold and be peaceful. That was why you saw the video where they said, as he came out and did that media briefing, the Buhari now went to follow Tinubu to go for campaign, the presidential campaign or rally. Now, look at it critically. His son will come out and make a statement and say that called Wike his brother. Nobody is saying they should not be in terms with all these people. But you see this El-Rufai, for what El-Rufai did during this last election, presidential election, for him to be having a fight. Have you seen his main problem? He was screened and they did not confirm his screening. They say he didn't pass. Some people say he didn't pass the screening. Some say he was kicked out because of the kind of allegations bordering on fraud, that he stole so much money from, allegedly stole so much money from Kaduna State government. While other people are saying no, that the Arawa people are saying no, that this is an insult to their own people. But you see, whether we like it or not, tribalism and religious bigotry had come into politics so much that when things are not going right and people come out to say, oh, this thing you're doing is not right, they'll say, oh, because this person is a Muslim, because this person is a Christian. El-Rufai, by the way, was the one that gave us this particular Muslim ticket. He pushed the narrative until you saw where he landed us at. And now he's the same person going to a symposium on democracy to talk tough. I pity anybody who is believing El-Rufai in this political era. He just wants to seize power. And he doesn't care how this power is. Somebody said on the comments in one of the videos I made about El-Rufai, Atiku, Amechi, and every other person. He said something. He said that El-Rufai is just saying this because they did not give him the ministerial appointment. That if he was in that, he succeeded in being screened, he will not be saying all what he's saying. But that's the truth. Our politicians know what they are doing. See what Amechi said, that a politician is there to kill, to destroy, and also to take power. That nobody can give you power just like that. Meaning that he's indirectly telling Peter Obi, do not contest for 2027. He will contest. He will go out. If there's anybody that the Northerners even believe and trust now, it's Peter Obi. But we will see that trust. Let's see that trust play out in the next 2027 general